saying. We are live. Awesome. So he sucks. Well, he sucks. I don't know. Well, he sucks. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to wait for the stream to pop up before we do this. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. It did not pop up. I don't know where. I'm not on Twitch. Yeah, you got it. All right, well, I'll mute up. Oh, shit. Wait. Oh, shit. I'm glad I saw that. There we go. Talk. I needed to talk. Can you talk for me?
I'm talking.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'm gonna mute up.
Okay, make sure you don't have it to where, like, the people in here are muted. Let me double check. Hello.
Shit, bro.
Okay, cool. I think
wait.
we are
I'm
set
mute on
up.
Discord. That's fucked up. My bad.
Now I just have to go to... You need to share your screen, Steady. Unless I'm just doing it from the YouTube. Perfect. Oh man, we already had the kickoff, guys. Well, big advantage here for the Panthers getting this ball. I mean, big disadvantage for Steady getting the ball here first. He is a person who is very profound in getting the ball first out of half, I mean, because with how this game is offensively, you need to have possession in the second half, kind of just to see where you're at, because why are we paused? Well, anyways,
narration set to 100.
That's annoying too. Getting ball first is such a huge disadvantage because, say the scenario arises where the game is tied or you have a bad play early on, that gets mitigated if you're getting the ball at the beginning of the half. If you're down or if it's tied, and it's such a huge advantage, especially in Madden 26, where you're getting the ball to start with tied or even up. And so Steady and Raging could have been a very predictable Super Bowl. I think people kind of knew that this was, I'd probably say, like, really high odds. I think both of these guys were the favorites going in, and especially with Steady. Steady has struggled early on in Madden 26 just a little bit, but he's found a scheme he really likes. This inside post route beats cover 3. He had it, just didn't have the time to get there, as I believe that's Aiden Hutchinson, and I'm not sure who the other edge rusher is, coming free. And that's going to be a key thing in this game. Is Steady is someone who likes to pass the ball, and Raging's pass rushers have the abilities and the overall to kind of force Steady into throws he's not going to want to make, and force some early throws and force him to scramble out. And JJ McCarthy, I don't know the ability setup, but he probably doesn't have the best abilities to be able to throw on the run. And okay, so something awesome here. So Raging always signs Amari Barno, and you can tell he's in cover 2 man when he's using him. Rushes 3 and then has the other people in man coverage. Anytime you see Raging on the D-line, it is going to be cover 2 man, as you see there. And Raging loves man coverage. And Steady's players are good enough to beat this man coverage, and especially routes. I would say your routes are more important than your players when it comes to playing someone who's in man coverage. And you see an angle route, a drag, those are typically routes that are going to win against man coverage, like this drag on Pitts and this crosser on Schultz. I believe he audibled inside zone. And the great thing about Raging using the D line there is if you get stuck on the D line on a run, you can't switch stick. I don't believe Raging switch sticks. But another thing that's huge about that is your user's completely taken out of the run game. When your user's taken out of the run game, it is such an advantage for the offense. And we're going to see a crosser. We're going to see almost a lurk. Good high point pass by Steady. I'm not sure he even needed to because, again, Raging's using the D line. And even on a three-man pass rush, someone came in so quick there. And good on Steady to be able to find the open guy there. We're going to go back to probably the best formation in Madden 26, which is this bunch X nasty. There's so many good running back routes, and part of becoming a great Madden player is throwing your checkdowns to your running back and tight end. Those guys are going to be the best at getting open against man coverage and zones. Love the route combination here. He's probably going to take the tight end. He's not. He does take the tight end, Pitts, and gets down to the 2-yard line. Pitts is someone who is going to fry this man coverage over and over again. I wonder how quick we're going to have to see Raging adjust. Raging, I don't believe, is someone who kind of like adjusts. He creates a game plan, knows what he wants to do, gets the players to kind of create this game plan and doesn't vary too much from it because of what he believes in and his philosophy on defense and offense. And this is probably the hardest place to score right here in this red zone. It's interesting to see what Steady's going to do. He's probably going to come out and run the ball. I'd love to see some RPOs, yeah. And then what Steady's probably going to do is change this bubble to a flat route if possible. He's not. He's going to throw it immediately. Bolden gets stopped at the 1-yard line. If you guys did not know, on RPOs, you can audible your RPO plays, your RPO routes. And typically the best thing that the pros are doing or people in general are doing online who have a lot of experience with this game, instead of the bubble, you're putting a flat route on your right wide receiver running this RPO. It is extremely good. It's a lot faster than the bubble. And now we're going to see this tight end, this QB blast out of this trips tight end. Super good if you're not prepared for it or not expecting it. It's such a good run that's you're essentially guaranteed 1 to 2 yards from, especially if you're not in a heavy D-line set. The kick is up. It's good. 7-0. About as efficient as you could be on offense, especially with Raging's defense. Raging's defense, I think, is great enough to get one stop, which is kind of all you need in Madden 26, is just one stop against your opponent, and you can, if you can score every single time, that is how you win the game. Because a lot of the times you're not stopping your opponent, you're gonna have to win on a 2-point conversion or some overtime rules. And Steady here setting up his coaching adjustments to defend the RPO. Steady did a little bit of homework from what I was gathering, and I think has created a pretty good game plan to kind of counteract what Mr. Raging Love wants to do. And everybody kind of knows what Raging wants to do. Throughout the years, Raging's offense really hasn't changed. It's been a lot of I form with a lot of stretch, a lot of RPOs, a lot of PA rollouts. And especially having Lamar Jackson, the fastest, probably greatest dual threat QB ever to exist in this game, is so good to have when you want to roll around with your QB, especially when the QB juke existed. If you guys did not know, your players used to get speed boosts in this game. Up until about 2 weeks ago, if you juked and immediately ran with your QB, it was so OP to where they immediately nerfed it. So for about 2 weeks, QB juking gave this enormous speed boost to where it was so unfair that pros were even using it in qualifiers, and then they nerfed it before this most recent event. And we're going to see a lot of double mug coming from Steady. Double mug year in and year out is some of the greatest ways to get pressure in this game because you're putting so many people on the line. But we are going to see Derrick Henry here pick up about 9 yards and make it third and manageable, which is what Raging needs to do. He needs to be ahead of the sticks to run his offense how he wants. Otherwise, he's going to have to be more prone to passing the ball, which is not what this offense is. I believe Ragin is in the Detroit Lions offensive playbook where they just added this I-form Maryland. Yeah, I think that's what this is, because this I-form Maryland has some very creative run schemes out of it, and is super good against these mug looks, because all you have to do is get a hat on a hat, and your running back's breaking free. And I'm wondering if Keaton Mitchell's going to come in this game. He's someone who just went up to superstar. He's a lot faster than Derrick Henry, and I think has the breakaway speed, which you kind of want on your football field compared to a guy like Derrick Henry. But if you can get 3 to 4 yards every single time with the King himself, you're going to be in a good spot. But there's probably going to be about 10 to 15 touches that Keaton Mitchell's going to come in here, and I think he's going to make a huge play on offense for Ragin. And we're going to see Ragin throw up a streak. And it's dropped. What a KO. The KO lights up there. If you guys did not know, EA made it to where abilities are not 100% guaranteed to work on any given down. There we see the KO light up. It works. It causes the knockout, which is great. Something Ragin is super excellent against in the pass game is cover 3. Those seam shots out of I-form and some of his strong formations are so good to where defenders are not going to be able to cover it. And with how fast his wide receivers are, and we're going to see Derrick Henry get about, oh, I thought he was going to stand up. Maybe if you have balance beam or something there, he stays up on his feet. But get about 15, 20 yards on the play and just bowls over a guy. It takes about 2 men to take down the BBC Henry himself. Man, love seeing that out of Derrick Henry. And I wonder what we're going to see here next. Some more strong wing. And something that MKL does is we do limit play calling to once per drive. I wonder how many runs and plays that... And we're going to see Derrick Henry break 2 tackles there to get about 6, maybe 7 yards on the play. And I have a surprise guest appearance. Is this Stinky himself?
It is the Stink. Let's roll, Doc. Let's roll.
You're coming to rescue me from commentating the Super Bowl on my own?
Of course.
I love that. How long have you been in here for?
I just got in here right now.
Okay, awesome. So, thoughts on the game so far? What have you seen? And we're going to see Derrick Henry break a tackle here. Man, I think he's only about 3 or 4 10-yard gains from getting... What's the X factor where you're guaranteed to break the first tackle? Freight train? I think he's about to get freight train here in the first quarter, and that's going to be monumental.
I think that would be monumental, especially for Ragin, a guy who loves to run the football. Now, Doc, I have been out of the MKL for a little bit to tell me who came into this game as a favorite.
I would set the line at steady minus 180 if you want to take some bets on that.
Steady is coming in his favor here. But Ragin has the Ravens, so I mean, listen, I think anything is possible. I doubt Steady has been able to catch up talent-wise to Ragin's.
There is. I wouldn't say it's a glitch, but there's definitely something that EA did that they shouldn't, that they know about, and said, "F it, we're gonna let it happen." The new coaching ability system allows you to stack abilities where there's camp counselor, if you know what that is. It gives a I think it's a 20% boost or something like that, and you can stack that ability 3 times. So you can boost your players' weekly experience by about 10 to 20,000 XP a week. So yeah, and it increases your chance of getting a dev upgrade by 25%. So Steady's team is definitely caught up.
My bad, say that one more time.
So that ability gives you not only that XP boost, but a 25% chance of getting a dev in practice mode. So Steady's team is definitely caught up.
It's just insane. And I just want to point out here, it looks like Ragin is still rocking the old mantra of taking the points when you can. And I don't know how about you, Doc. Personally, I always know I love to go for it in every situation. I think Steady in this situation would probably be going for it. for Ragin. He loves the points, and that's what he's going to do right. He's going to take the points.
Yeah, and thankfully for Ragin here is he's getting ball at half, so it's not that bad to take the points there. But in Madden 26, defense feels non-existent to where you taking 3 points is essentially you taking 0 points. I don't know if that's boy math or something, but it's not what you want to do because this game is so inconsistent about getting a stop. But I would say with how Ragin's team is constructed to kind of beat passers, that Ragin's defense can get one stop, which is kind of all you need. And we're going to see the CPU line offsides. I hate that.
That does seem very unfortunate. I didn't know that was a thing in Madden this year. Especially in comp, I wouldn't think that would be happening.
It's kind of formation based, but yeah, it's terrible for the game. This running back route is something that Steady throws so often because if you're in man coverage, this running back comes in free. And this is probably the best play that most people run in Madden 26 out of this bunch X nasty. I know you're kind of out of the loop on Madden, but this is the formation that people are in. Steady bought Throne's ebook. He's essentially a Throne clone since buying his ebook, which is really
He actually
good for Steady.
He actually went out and bought the ebook.
Yes.
You know, some people need to get lives, and I think Steady's winning.
Hey, when Steady's a hard-working man at a concrete factory, he can spend his money however he likes, and if it helps him win MKL Super Bowls, I say that's a great trade-off.
You're right. I shouldn't have been so quick to judge. And he's going to hit the running back right there, and I guess you're right. Steady does indeed love hitting him.
Yeah, I was saying the playbook that Steady's in, which is Jags, has like this play here. He called space and switch. I don't even need to see the play art to know he called it. This running back flat route gets more vertical than a regular flat route. So the rack animation you get guarantees you about 5 yards every time you throw it. And he doesn't throw it there. He's looking for the post. Terrible play. Kyle Hamilton, the 88 speed motherfucker, intercepts the ball. What the fuck is Steady doing, throwing that into double coverage? This man is robotic, and not in a bad way. He's robotic to where if he sees a guy open, he's going to throw the ball. So I don't know what the fuck that was, because that's just plain cover.
I mean, listen, I'm going to be honest there, Doc. You know I used to be a passer. Maybe not as good as the level of Steady, but I saw that route, and I saw it for a split second right there. Kyle Hamilton was behind him. I think Steady just threw it a little late. So that's why it was picked. But Lamar Jackson, he's going to hit the open man here. Is that Devontae Walker, I want to say?
It sure is.
There you go.
I think Devontae is the number 2 wide receiver. I think Ragin this year traded for a guy who's like 97, 96 feet or something like that. And he hasn't caught the ball yet, which I'm very interested to see. I was saying that Ragin's really good at attacking cover 3 because he can just throw up the seam because his guys are faster than defenders. And we're going to see a handoff here to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's BBC going to take him 5 yards, uses it like a propeller, and just uses the momentum of it to go for it.
As a Ravens fan, I love just seeing this. The boys getting under center and just running the ball with Derrick Henry. I mean, the Ravens, that's exactly what they should be doing. You know, I love seeing passes, but also I think running the ball is a beautiful thing. Ragin gets a false start right there.
Yeah, this year, people always kind of shit on runners and say, oh, running's terrible, or this year running's terrible, but I think this is the best running game Madden has had since about the Eric Dickerson days where he had,
Madden 20?
Yeah, because there's a new feature where you can un-ID defenders in the run game, and your offensive line will just ignore them, and we're going to see Lamar Jackson pick up 10 here. So that false start did not make an impact on the play. Love seeing Lamar roll out and run past every single guy. But yeah, in the run game, they added it to where you can un-ID a defender. So say you're running stretch left, you can un-ID the defensive end on the right, and your offensive line will go block a linebacker instead. So you can have some really dominant run games and runs just because you can control who you want to block, which is really nice, especially for runners like Ragin.
Yeah, I'm sure Ragin has been taking advantage of it a ton as he goes ahead and he's going to roll out again.
And the contain gets there. Tershawn Wharton.
I know Raging loves to run, but you got to think. I mean, I feel like eventually you got to start getting away from it a little bit, right? You got to just start slinging it.
Yeah, I think the key here for Rajan is he has a game plan and if in order for this game plan to work, you need to stay ahead of the chain. So that means 3 to 4 yard gains every single time. And Rajan was in such a great position getting his one stop, but this 3rd and 19, his offense is not made for this because it's just chuck a streak, a good swat there, and yeah, I think a lot of Rajan's offense is when he gets behind the chains, he kind of throws a streak up depending on his guys because he trusts his guys. I love that. I'm someone who I trust my guys to go uh, get the better animation and come down with the ball. But there's a reason why I don't have as many Super Bowls as like Steady. It's because of things like that. So we need to see a little bit more efficient passing out of Rajan when he is behind the sticks in order for his offense to take him forward. And look at this running back route. Changes it to the flat. But this slot streak, you stem down all the way, and it's a cover 3 beater. And I don't think Rajan runs cover 3. He runs man and cover 4. So we'll see if it gets open here. It certainly beats his man. He's going to... Yep. And there's that stem down kind of streak route just winning. It beats man, it beats cover 3. So good thing Rajan was in man there for Steady. And, that's a terrible place to be is in your own end zone against these pass rushers because as safety as possible. I'd like to see him throw to this running back route because it keeps getting open. Never mind, it's not open. He throws Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is going to pick up 4 here. And what do you think about Steady going and getting Kyle Pitts?
I know in the previous Madden Steady went and got Kyle Pitts, so I think it only made sense for him to go do it again. I think Kyle Pitts is kind of a unicorn type of play. You can't really find somebody like that in the draft. I mean, he's tall, he's fast. He really is like the dream tight end, so I think it's a great pick.
Until next Madden, when they make him like a 70 overall normal dev, unless they just glaze the Falcons. And we're going to see a huge block shot here. McCarthy is going to make a throw on the run to Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts takes 2 men with him to the ground. And with about 2 minutes left here, you have to think about milking. You're kind of the master milker. Are you thinking about milking this clock yourself?
I mean, listen, if I'm Steady, the best, like you said earlier, defense is non-existent in this game. The best defense you can play is offense. You need to be able to hold the ball, and it's really up to you to make sure Rajan does not touch this ball again. You got to hold the ball, and if Rajan is going to touch the ball, it has to be with such little time that he can't really do anything.
Yeah, you got to treat this ball like it's a newborn, and you're surrounded by pedophiles. You're not letting anyone touch your fucking kid.
Exactly, Doc. Exactly. Just like that. I mean, that is exact. If I'm the offensive coordinator, no. If I'm the head coach, that is exactly the mantra that we are going with. I'm going up to the newest dad on the team, and I'm telling him if they get the ball back, that means we're gonna send your kid to like the nearest like jail, and we're gonna put him in a cell with a bunch of guys that are gonna fucking do crazy shit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so Steady. I love what he's doing here. Looks like he was gonna run the ball. I would run the ball. This is a great opportunity to really run some clock off. I'm not a big fan of the pass right here.
Yeah, I agree, especially since Rajan's using the D-line. His user is not going to be able to make a play in the run game, which is so huge.
Barno is fast, though, so he might drop out into coverage with him, just like it looks like he's going to do. I mean, listen, I might be a grandpa. I might have been out of the game for a minute, Doc, but I still know ball.
Right, so what I was saying, anytime that Rajan is using Amari Barno, it's man coverage. It's a big tell in Rajan's offense, and if you can identify that, I think that sets your offense up for success. But the downside of it is you can't run shoot a gap if you're stuck on the D-line.
I also want to say, though, is I think Rajan needs to start using timeouts. I don't know why we're not using timeouts.
I'm glad we used them right there. I would have liked to see one used the player before as well. Because, I mean, 32 seconds, it's not like college where the clock was stopped right when you get a first down. The clock keeps on ticking. You gotta make sure you have time on the clock for Lamar Jackson to get to work.
Agreed. And Steady was talking to me about this a while ago. Something he struggles with is time management, and that's kind of why he feels like he loses a lot of games. He's not really concerned about the time, but it's nice to see him kind of learn and change things. And we're going to see Kyle Pitts go to the end zone. But this does leave enough time with these kickoff rules for Raging to get 3. I believe he has the best kicker in the game. Not exactly too sure. Oh, he has Tyler Luke. I'm not sure if he's a superstar yet. But if he gets the ball at the 35, he only has to go 15, 20 yards to get a field goal. Because I don't know if you know this, but they updated Madden to where kickers can now kick from like the kick like 65-yard field goals now if you have like 99 kick.
I did not know that, but that is not a favorable kicker turn for Raging. Time came off the clock, and he's only at the 23. I mean, he's going to need to get some serious yardage here. And I'm back to the point you were making about time management. I think time management is something that, like, I think some people are just, just blessed with it and they're good at it. Like, and some people just honestly just aren't good at it. I think it's hard, especially like when you're in the middle of a game, to be concerned about the clock. But I think that is truly what makes or breaks people, especially in playoff football.
Like John Beast, he knows all about time management and food management. He's the best. He's the best when it comes to those things. And we're going to see Raging try and loop here. Steady did pass commit. Steady pass committed. I thought Lamar was gone. Oh my God. That would have been so amazing. That would have been clip-worthy to see that.
That might have been the play of the Super Bowl, but Steady's user is able to get in there. I don't know who that was. He was able to get in there, make the tackle. I mean, that just takes 7 points. Give that man a hooker after the game, because holy shit.
Yeah, there's not many times IRL or Madden where Lamar Jackson in the open field is getting tackled. I thought he was gone for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, we got 2nd and 1 right here, Raging.
I think we're going to see another seam shot.
Right here, I'm going to be beside my, like, what are we doing? We can't move. We got to pass the ball. I mean, listen, at some point, we got to, like, this is the situation where you need to be able to throw the ball. And, I would like to see the evolution of Raging, who's been playing this game for years on years, to where he can throw right now, but it just seems like it still has not happened.
Yeah, you get blessed getting this ball with 23 seconds and 2 timeouts. I think you kind of just squander, the chance of getting points by running it to there twice there. I think it's a little conservative. You see Lamar Jackson kind of scramble around. The user goes and picks it up. There's a guy on the right side of the field wide open. I thought he caught that too, but
the thing is, the guy on the right side of the field, the problem with that's cross body, and the problem with that is he's kind of going towards the middle of the field. And Raging doesn't have a timeout. So if he throws that and somehow his guy even comes down with it, which he might have, clock's going to run out. He would have been tackled in bounds. So that's why you need to pass the ball and not run QB's power on 1st down or 2nd down.
Yeah, offensive coordinator, not sure who that is, who's in Raging's ear telling him, hey, you know what they're not going to suspect? QB wrap. Like, what are we doing? Lamar's going to take off, get it out of bounds. It's 3rd and 8 with 3 seconds left. Barring some crazy play, I imagine Raging just tries to run this ball to see what happens.
I'd imagine that happens as well. And it looks like, I mean, I don't want to say anything too early, but yeah, it looks like we're going to gun heavy Raven. It looks like if I was going to guess, I think Raven's going to run QB power here.
Yeah, and someone I thought we would see a little bit more of, you have King Henry, but Keaton Mitchell's just got superstar. He's 94 speed. I'd like to see him on the field because you need some home run plays, and Lamar Jackson gets a block. Oh, man, we are so close to seeing Lamar Jackson take off, and it'd be great to see Lamar win a bowl.
I will say it looks like Steady's pretty lucky that he can only run a play once every drive. Because Raging can run QB power every play, he might be up in this game right now.
Yeah, they made QB runs very efficient this year. They're super good and super hard to stop. And we see Keaton Mitchell. No, that's Jones Jr. Is that Velas Jones? That's kind of crazy if that is, because that dude's like a 27 normal dev to start off with. He got him superstar. And do you think there's enough time in this game for Raging to run the ball?
Yeah, I think if you're Raging, you still gotta keep running the rock, but you gotta make sure you're converting points right here. Like if I'm Raging, you at least need 3 right here so you can make it a 1-possession game. And obviously 7 is ideal. But the problem with running the ball when you're down, especially in a situation like this, is running the ball is going to keep the clock churning. And when you're down, especially in the second half, you don't want the clock to churn like this.
Yeah, 1 second. I think we may be having technical difficulties unless someone's just retarded. Give me 1 second.
No, was that the person in Gen Chat? No, I checked. We're actually right.
Okay, it's good. We're good. Okay, so we're good. It's 3rd and 5 here. I believe Rajan can go for it whenever he wants. I'm not sure that he would because it's not part of his philosophy. But do you think we see a run here on 3rd and 5?
I think that we do not. I think we're going to go ahead and see a pass here. If Rajan runs, I mean, there's no way you run. He's going to pass the ball right here.
And Steady's user preparing to shoot the gap. It's a screen play.
Yeah, I was about to ask Doc, how did that guy come through? But I guess it was a screen, so he just left through. I mean, like the offensive play calls. I don't know how Rage's offense has been this season, but this looks awful. This looks really bad.
I will say, it's been a lot more efficient, of course, for him to go 16-1 and get here. I think he put up 40 points in the AFC Championship, but Steady did his homework for sure. And
was Steady out loud before this game? Was he watching film?
He might have been. I can't confirm nor deny. And Steady uses the un-ID feature here. Big thing. As you see, the defensive end comes in free, but you're going to get an extra blocker to that left side. And Steady sucks at running the ball. He's kind of just wiggling around like a...
Well, like if I'm Rajan right there, the adjustment I'm going to make is I'm going to take off the server right there. So I don't think I don't see Steady running with his quarterback. I'm going to put that thing on aggressive. I'm going to tell that guy to go get the running back.
Well, the thing with that is it doesn't matter because he's going to come in and we see the running back. People call it a crab route for whatever reason, but that running back route is super efficient too against man coverage because it's the running back starting on the left and he's going to the right side of the field almost immediately, and no guy in man coverage is going to be able to cover that.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Interesting enough to get you to come back to the MKL. Some big announcement on the way.
I wish I could say so, but I fear it won't be. Oh, Steady's gonna take a shot. Oh my, I thought that might have been a pick for a second.
Yeah, thankfully it's a perfect accuracy throw. We see the blue pass icon come up. It's a perfect throw. Otherwise, that's a yiggle. And we see this crab route again. This slot fade beats man coverage. You put a corner stemmed all the way down. This is typical route combo we're going to see here. And he's going to throw the corner route to Bolden. Bolden's going to pick up some yardage. Rajan's in cover 4 quarters. Quarters is really bad against kind of trip set. If you don't know how to, if you don't know the weakness of match coverage, I don't know if he's keeping the match, but that's just something to keep an eye on. And kind of bunch that's you don't want to be in quarters at all. And we're going to see Barno here, so it's going to be man coverage. The zig route on Xavier Leggett kind of cooks, and Kyle Hamilton hits Sixon. And I have a question for you. Something I've noticed is teams kind of in the MKL seem to keep their prestigious status throughout the years. And was Mo the Panthers and won a Super Bowl with these guys?
Mo beat Cal in this. No, Mo lost to Cal in one Super Bowl, but I believe he did win. I want to say he won a couple. I think he won at least one with them. I want to say.
Because
he definitely won. Yeah, I think he won. Nah, he definitely won one. He won one Super Bowl with them, and I think he almost went back to back, but then in the second season he lost to yours truly in the conference championship after he went undefeated.
Like, if you look at the Madden MKL history books, you see the Lions are one of the more premier teams that have had success, and the Panthers might be up there too with Mo's previous success, and now Steady doing the Trump dance. He has that shit hard copied, hardwired into his brain for his guys to do that. What do you think about that?
I'm definitely not a Republican. Leave it at that.
What would you rate the celebration then on a scale of 1 through 10?
I mean, listen, I think it's a pretty cool celebration. I don't mind. I think it's kind of funny. Personally, if I scored in the Super Bowl, would I do that celebration? No, I'm probably.
You'd pull out a
like,
Palestinian flag and say "Free Palestine."
You know what? Maybe I would. I would consider it because you know what? It is true. It is that. That does sound pretty good.
Okay, so it's first and 10 here. There's about 9 minutes of ball left. Not a lot of time left for Raging to run this rock. He's still gonna keep pounding it, and we're gonna see Derrick Henry. Oh man, I would have loved to see a cut back outside on that run. Derrick Henry does pick up about.
I mean,
what?
speaking of keep pounding, the Panthers are pounding the fuck out of the Ravens right now so far.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more excitement towards the end because these are two great users. I'd say the nod typically would go to Steady. I'd just say it overall wise. But Ragin has the ability to beat anyone, anytime. And he's not some slouch either. Like, he's not like a Mickey Mouse ring to if you win this game at all.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't like beating. Oh, man.
It isn't like beating who are you about to call out?
This isn't like beating like a Nick or a Blessed Adio or somebody like that caliber in the Super Bowl. This is real shit. This is real men shit right here.
So you're tarnishing your own legacy by saying your Super Bowl win against Bless wasn't that great.
I mean, listen, I'm just saying, like, there's certain people that there's certain people that when you see you're playing them in the Super Bowl, you're like, oh fuck. There's certain people that when you see that you're playing them in the Super Bowl, you're like, okay.
And the list is probably a lot shorter against the people who are like, oh fuck.
I mean, like, yeah, if you're playing like let's just be honest, if you're playing like a Wavy, you're playing a Bless, you're playing a Nick, you're playing all these guys in a Super Bowl, you're probably a lot more happy than say you're playing like a Doc, a Steady, a Ragin, an H Coke, Sniper, people of that caliber. So is Sniper still in this league?
He's had the greatest tank, 2-year tank of all time. I'm not sure.
A 2-year tank?
Yeah.
Does he actually play his games?
No.
Oh. So he just quit?
I'm not sure, because I tried giving his team away to someone else, and he's like, why are you giving my team away? What the fuck? So,
are we
taking the
three
points
right
here? Well,
I mean, there can be no way, right?
you can't let that. You have to kick that before the quarter ends, at least.
I mean, this is just...
Okay, he's going for it. Okay. You know, the game at a very interesting moment. We'll see what happens here. The blitz comes in. Keaton Mitchell, I've been talking about him all night.
You know, I'll say one thing. Steady made the way these. I don't know what's like Steady playing these guys' gloves, but they're making good ass tackles out here. Because there's been a couple times where it's been the last man. If he doesn't make a tackle, it's a tutty for Raging. The guys making a tackle.
Steady took his guys to watch Honey Pop before the game, so there might be an extra sticky substance on those gloves.
Yeah, the Steady's still like a very blatant homosexual.
I wouldn't say he's gay, but I've never seen him with a woman.
Interesting.
But then again, I've never seen you with a woman either. So does that mean you're gay?
I mean, I think me and Steady are in two different positions when it comes to it.
Yeah, one's a top and one's a bottom.
I mean, you could say that. I suppose.
Okay,
But
it's 3rd and 8 here. 5 minutes, 50 seconds left. If you were to bet right now $5 that the Ravens are coming back to win this Super Bowl, you'd make about $500,000, I'd say. And we're going to see a keeper here with Lamar. Lamar cuts up the field. Lamar, I don't think is going to get caught. He does get caught by 13.
I mean,
big gain there.
I'm not one to bet, but I might $5 to $500,000. That's a really good bet. I might place that.
Yeah, I think that's what the odds are on. You know that playoff game where the Jags were down to the Chargers? I bet $15 and made a nice chunk of change when the Prince who was promised came back. And I'd like to see that for Ragin. have we seen a comeback in the fourth quarter of down by 3 possessions by anyone in MKL? Raging could
Uh,
set history here.
in the MKL, it's happened, but like like a normal game, it's definitely happened before, but not in a Super Bowl. I mean, these people have come. I don't. I mean, I don't know what the largest deficit somebody's been down and won a Super Bowl is. I want to say it might honestly be. I know I was down 17 and one. But I don't know
Yeah,
if they ended up down for more.
I know Wavy was down quite a bit in last year's Super Bowl and almost made a comeback last season, but he didn't end up pulling that out. That might have been the biggest one. But if anyone's gonna make a comeback, I'd say it's
It's not
Raging.
raging. I would say
I'd
it's not
say it's
raging.
not Raging just based off his offense, but he definitely has the skill to do it.
I mean,
This
if there was
season,
infinite time, maybe.
yeah, this season's Raging's had to fight a lot of adversity. I know this game kind of doesn't mean as much to him anymore, but I'd love to see him fight and kind of get this win. I think we'd all appreciate Raging winning the Super Bowl here.
I mean, I absolutely, coming into this game, if you were like, think, who are you rooting for? I'd say Raging in a heartbeat. You know, personally, I think I think Steady needs to like invest in getting a life. I think there's more to life than just booting all day and playing video games and being in love with random women that are into anime on the internet that are fat. I
Well,
think
some
Steady.
may argue differently that that's all there is to life is
You know,
doing.
I was just about to say, like, what is maybe study is we're living life the correct way. Maybe that is the way life should be lived. Maybe we are not even
We're just cogs in the machine.
we are yes. Study. Let's look at it this way. When we all wake up every single day, when me, you, Ragin, H Hook, all Ducky, all of us wake up every single day in the morning, and Steady wakes up. Who do you think is the most happy out of all of us every day?
Steady.
Like maybe it is Steady, because what does Steady do? Steady wakes up, he probably like jerks off, then he goes to work. I mean, he goes to work for like 4 hours, and he comes home and he just plays video games. I mean, is that a bad life?
No, I think Steady lives quite a great life. You know, if he wasn't in, and we're gonna see a big run by Stanton here. That was huge to kind of chew this clock and keep the clock running. But yeah, I'd say if Steady wasn't in all this college debt, he'd be living a pretty good life. You know, he qualified for the MCS elims this year for his first time ever. So he he's doing what he wants to do, and I don't have a problem with that. He's living his best life.
You know, I think I think Steady is living life the way it should be lived. The only thing I'd say is there's one major problem with what Steady does in life. Do you want to know what that problem is?
What is that, bro?
The way Steady lives life, it's impossible to pull a hot brown girl. And so I think that's what really does him in there. I think that's why I would refuse to live the type of life that he does.
I think you're wrong about that because I know there is a stereotype of brown girls loving mid sixes that are white because they're white.
I mean, but
Or is
the
that
mid sixes, but all those mid sixes are all rich.
yeah? Well, Steady does give. All Steady has to do is win an MCS, and he's rich. That's six
I mean,
figures in a year.
I mean that's
That's
6
better
figures.
than 80% of the community.
But Steady gonna win an MCS.
I wouldn't bet against it. I mean, I would bet against it,
I mean, I'm interested
but
in interviews
I don't think it's
after this
zero.
tournament. I'm interested on his take on this one. It looks like the Ravens. I was gonna say it looks like the Ravens throwing the towel here, not taking timeouts, but
Yeah,
they're indeed still trying.
this reminds me of the meme of Chris Paul drains a three to cut the score down to 42.
I mean, listen. On a more interesting note, what are your thoughts on Lane Kiffin leaving Mississippi?
I think it is
Almost.
nothing but adultery, cheating, and we're gonna see an interception here
Oh,
to say this is
shit.
exactly what the Ravens needed.
You know, onside kick. How good are onside kicks?
They are ridiculously OP this year.
So maybe Stranger's not out of it. You know, but I do gotta. I'm pretty sure we're about to watch the first TV tops. The game's probably still over anyways. But listen, I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm on Team Lane Kiffin in this. If I was Lane Kiffin, I would leave too.
Well, I think personally, if you're Lane Kiffin and you have the chance to go to LSU,
You
you
lead.
take that opportunity unless you're a man of morals, which I am. So I would have told LSU to kick rocks.
No, you
I'm
would
not.
not have. You're
I would
fucking
have.
leaving, bro.
I'm
You
not
are-
leaving.
Okay, bro, why would you not leave? LSU is literally everything better than that.
You want to know? Okay, you want me to be real? You want to know what the actual best job in college football is?
It,
What do you think I'm
Probably-
gonna say?
what?
What do you think I'm gonna say?
Probably some college where expectations aren't high and you can kind of just bum your life through like 8
I'm
wins
going-
a season.
Oh, Ragin, he's gonna take a deep shot. Oh no!
Oh man, that would have been a crazy
No,
tip
I'm
catch.
saying the best. I'm saying the best job in the country. That if I could go anywhere, it would be a place where Lane Kiffin was previously fired, famously fired on the tarmac. I'm going to USC.
I
Actually,
was gonna
no,
say USC.
I'm going either USC or UCLA. One of those two places.
Yeah, you get your West Coast vibes. The weather's great. The women are beautiful.
Literally everything. And at USC, you still are a premier powerhouse. You have a great chance at winning. At UCLA, you know what? You're not that good, but you don't have the pressure on you to be good. So UCLA isn't a bad job either. Texas? Now listen, I wouldn't mind living in Austin, Texas. That doesn't sound like a bad gig. But let me tell you, all these actual like SEC gigs, like Ole Miss, LSU, Mississippi,
There's
fuck
expectations.
that,
man.
bro. No, not even expectations. They're all in shitter cities, bro. You want to know the
I
only
think some
SEC
people-
gigs worth taking?
Is what?
Texas, Georgia, because you're living in Athens, which is right next to Atlanta.
think
Vanderbilt,
Bama.
I mean, because it's fucking Vanderbilt. I mean, who the fuck wouldn't want to go to Vanderbilt? And then, no, Bama
think-
sucks. Who the hell wants to live in Tuscaloosa?
Bama has some great beaches nearby it.
I do not. I'm not trying to live in Bama. Maybe,
In fact-
maybe. I don't know. Look, Florida. How's Florida? I don't even know.
Florida has some of the best beaches and women in general, but I would have loved to see Ragin get out of bounds. He had the opportunity to with Lamar Jackson on a scramble earlier. He's going to get out of bounds here, pick up the first down. There's a 99.9% chance that Ragin loses this game, but I love the fight, and if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Super Bowl's as finished with Lane Kiffin's career at Ole Miss. I think it's pretty much done.
You know, a thing I'd love for us to do is rank the MKL Super Bowls in tiers and go over each one. I think that'd be something content-wise that would be amazing. But we need someone like you to make this video with us because I wasn't here for all of them. Was Ragin here for all of them?
I don't know. Problem is,
We're
I
going to see
haven't.
a screen pass to Derrick Henry. Henry has two blockers in front of him. He's going to stutter step, make a man miss, pick up the first down, is at the 43.
You know, if Raging somehow can make this score like on the scoreboard show up as like a one-score game, that would be very cool. Because
Yeah,
the way this game's felt, he's been getting touched the whole time.
That's kind of like Lamar Jackson IRL is. You know, you're going to lose the game, but get a few garbage time stats to make it look more
That's
respectable in
literally
your
just
career.
not. That's just not true. That's literally just not true at all. Like, please explain to us when Lamar Jackson does that in real life. Lamar Jackson wins like 70% of the games he starts.
I mean, 70%, that's it. And then the games he doesn't lose, the games he does lose, the 30%, he's just racking up stats in garbage time, you know? Mickey Mouse
I mean,
MVPs.
I would say that's not true, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you're Lions fans, so life's pretty rough for you.
It's not that rough. We're saying good. Like, our playoff chances are better than your guys's.
I mean, we're currently still first in the division. I mean, we're chilling. I think we'll be fine.
The Bengals are winning that division.
Bengals are not winning shit. And you know, it looks like Ragin is.
Yeah, Ragin's out of timeouts. He gets a nice.
Does shotgun like not exist for him?
It certainly does, but he may have used all the shotgun plays that he normally runs this drive. We are going to see gun, normal, Y off close. There's some really good plays here. In cover two, please throw it up. You know, take that honey hole shot with the streak on the outside. We'll see if Raging can recognize it and kind of dissect this coverage. The safeties are pulling back. And we're going to throw in the field. Good thing about this year's game is there's no clock run off if you hurry up, but he doesn't hurry up, so all this clock is about to disappear, and the game's over.
Wow. What a
Great game by
Super
the
Bowl.
Panthers, and the confetti comes down for them. Lamar Jackson with the neck collar is pissed that Layla Lamar is never going to win a bowl. What do you have to say about the Super Bowl?
I mean, listen, all I'm gonna say is congrats to both these guys for making it. Personally, I think it was. I would have liked to see Raging win. Unfortunately, it's kind of like a super villain situation where you got somebody that not necessarily who the masses were rooting for. He did indeed win, which is unfortunate. But life keeps chugging on. Keep it living. I really want Steady to come into the booth so I want to ask Steady a question right now.
Yeah. I think on par, Steady's kind of the Karl Malone of the MKL.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, Steady's definitely, like, he probably touched a couple women inappropriately throughout his life. Like, yeah. I
So
think
we
Steady
have
to come in-
Raging here in the booth with us now, and who would you like to interview first?
I mean, listen, we of course, Raging, our elders, we respect our elders. So some respect to Raging. Raging, just want to start out by saying congratulations for making it to this game. And we love you, bro. We're so proud of you for making it here.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've never tried less, and I've played pretty good. Held a team that normally scores a lot to only 21 points. And we just didn't have much of an answer for a souped-up, steady defense that was clearly trying very badly. Watching film, I saw in his chat trying to figure out how to stop this run game.
I mean, yeah,
and we still did put up 193 rushing yards on him, and he managed to throw 2 turnovers. So all things went really well according to plan, other than not getting in the end zone. In order to beat Steady, you have to slow him down. He's very one-dimensional. He's going to run begrudgingly, and you have to pick your spots to just allow him to do that, because he doesn't want to do that. So if you force him to run 9 times, you're doing something right, scaring him a little bit. He threw some bad passes, but we just couldn't figure anything out. We had an early pass, you catch those, you drop those, easy. Sometimes we catch them, 50-50 ball, this is a big play. But honestly, we played really good, no turnovers, and only lost by a little bit to the guy who has 9 Super Bowls. There's really no shame. I love him, and I'm happy for him. He played really good, but we didn't make him look as super as he normally does. So that says something about what we have going on over here on the Ravens and for the AFC.
Yeah, a question I have for you is what was kind of your game plan with the Keaton Mitchell and Derrick Henry thing? I saw Keaton Mitchell win to superstar. I thought we'd see a little bit more of him just because of the explosiveness he has to offer compared to a Derrick Henry. So why'd you go with Henry over Keaton this game?
There's just no explosiveness in this game. I have a 99 speed quarterback that broke away and got caught from behind. Like nothing really makes sense speed wise, and his entire team is speed boosted. So it's like, for me to do what I did to his defense, I'm actually pretty proud of as far as moving the ball, but getting in the end zone is always going to be tough. And he's doing a lot of what you were trying to do against me earlier, Doc, as you were in there watching film with him in his chat as well. Just kind of loading up the middle. And that makes sense because I want to load up the middle. And it's just, the bad thing is I haven't put enough time in to find what works to pass out of that, especially now that Steady kind of has the defense that he wants to play with. Just aggressive, blitzing like crazy. This is how you have to beat him. You just have to get a couple more lucky breaks. And could have happened, didn't happen. But overall, no turnovers, moved the ball, had a good season, and we lost to the GOAT who plays all the time. No shame in it.
Incredible. Thank you, Raisin. Thank you for that. Steady, Mr. Super Bowl champion. Are you here in the building with us?
I'm here, man. I'm here.
All right, Steady. Congrats on the game. I mean, I'm gonna be honest here. You kind of took the life out of it. Let's. Obviously, it seems you were dialed in. You were watching film. What do you think has led you to this moment here? I mean, I know this has been a big cycle for you. You've been super into Mutt. Do you think that kind of translated over into helping you win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think early, year one developmental year, obviously we're gonna, we're gonna make the playoffs, but are we ready to compete? We're not really in that spot, right? Year one, we're all about getting the pieces together, getting the boys, and it all kind of came together year two, and that's kind of when you saw me working out schemes, figuring out what we want to be in, and it led to a performance where we were able to execute our game plan very well. Um, barring some nine, let the demon come out type shit, and then he like fucks everything up. But dude, crazy. But you know what? He's a game manager. He got it done, and that's why we were able to come away Super Bowl champions.
Yeah.
I mean,
One thing I have a question for you as well is, I called you a robot, and not in like the kind of way where like in a negative connotation, but kind of in a way where you see a guy who's open, you throw it's open. Um, in this Super Bowl, I early on, I saw you make that throw to that post that was kind of double covered by Kyle Hamilton and was intercepted by a Ragens user. When you had your running back kind of flat route that was guaranteed to get you 5 or 6, and you normally take that. So it's rare to see you with a 2 interception game. So what kind of changed in this game? Because normally you're pretty pinpoint on your reads.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to take what you have. And I thought on that post, I mean, honestly, I'd probably throw it again. I mean, I was in front of him, and the ball, I kind of just got bumped last second, and I couldn't even get a hand on it. Went right over my head. But honestly, it's probably a ball that I'd throw again. But obviously, if you have the flat, you take the flat every time. And I mean, we played a game where we threw 3 incomplete passes, and like both the picks, I didn't think were that egregious. I thought I had them on both. It's just, when there's that much bump action going on, that's when the ball's going to sail. And unfortunately, on those occasions, there were Ravens defenders looming. But um, it's about trusting the defense. They did their job, didn't give up any touchdowns tonight. A lot of huge tackles in the open field. And we didn't need a great game out of J.J. McCarthy. We needed good enough, and that's what we got.
Wow, amazing response. Me and Doc, during, I don't know, are you gonna watch the Castbacks? I don't know if you will.
Yeah, yeah.
During the later part of the game, me and Doc did ponder over a specific question, which I did want to ask you about. Steady, please tell me. So we asked, all these people live all these different lives, and it seems you do live a life that is geared towards enjoying yourself. And I think we were talking, and we came to the conclusion that honestly, out of everybody we know, you may indeed live the most fulfilling life. And I think you probably do you think you enjoy your life more than the rest of us do? Because me and Doc were talking, and we this was just a question that we came across, and I know you're someone who puts so much time and effort into games like this. And are you fulfilled?
What is this backhanded ass question? What do you what? I guess
What do you mean
we look.
We're trying to ask if you're fulfilled.
We look to succeed at the things we're good at, and we were able to do that tonight. I mean, like Rage and Saw. He took a peek into our film room, and yeah, I was watching this game back when he played Doc. I know me and Doc I thought we played similar defenses, and then I went in, and Doc is just like foaming from the mouth, choosing his defense before Rage even picks his play, which made it really annoying and hard. But in the past, me and Doc run the same defenses. He didn't there, so really, it was a failed film session. But I was, making sure we were prepared, got the boys in the film room, and we did what needed to be done. And yeah, I in terms of accomplishing our goals, I guess I am fulfilled. But I'm still a little like, man, what the hell is this guy asking me right now? Like, what is going on? If there was a way to like throw an insult in your question, like I think it doesn't get much more insulting than that.
Steady. We simply just asked if you're fulfilled by your life.
Okay, bro. I'd like to move on. Por favor, please. Also, I
And
should have.
is there anything that you two would like to say to each other,
I
Raging and
love Steady. I love Steady, and I'm happy that the better player won, even though some BS could have happened and I could have broken a couple extra tackles and it could be a different story. But it didn't happen. And I played pretty well to my standards, especially defensively. But offensively, just too many. I didn't make plays in good spots. But I mean, it makes sense to lose to Steady, but sometimes this game allows things that don't make sense to happen, and that's where I thrive, and that's okay. But I'm happy for him, and I imagine he'll continue to compete at a high level, and maybe I will too.
Yeah, you played great, man. I mean, there was a lot of moments where you needed to break one tackle to bust out a big run,
Yeah,
and the
just like
boys
one
the
tackle.
the boys
Oh.
tackled really well. We stayed very disciplined. There were a lot of moments where I had to click on and make a tackle straight out of hell, and we got it done. We were
Yeah.
yeah,
really locked in terms of tackling.
when you guys watch this back, you'll hear my reaction to some of the Lamar Jackson runs, and we even discussed how you had your players goon to Honey Pop earlier to get some extra sticky substances on their gloves to be better at tackling,
That's obscene, but
but it
you
worked for
know,
you.
I mean, who says that's what we did? I mean, what am
There
I
was a
listening?
leaked report that came out from
I
one of your benched players who thinks he should have been starting.
Well,
I
I
think
have
it's
no
suspicious.
idea what you could be speaking of.
Oh,
There was
Steady got him.
nothing this gross that happened. Um, but the news will do their thing and say what they want. So who am I to tell the news that they're lying? I'm just, I just work here. You know what I'm saying? Job type shit. Is that going to be all? By the way,
Stinky left, so
Ragin, your coach actually summoned a body. Did you notice that?
Her body came back. That was probably the worst thing.
I mean,
I didn't
I
even notice
saw it and I
that.
was like, man, I can't believe it. She has a body.
Yeah, I had a body the whole time.
This
It's
is
probably like a
insane.
Super Bowl outfit or something. I don't know. Um, Hopefully her body goes away because her not having a body is definitely one of my favorite things about Madden
I mean, do you think
this
that could
year.
have been the difference between this game?
If she hadn't had a body, I think the intimidation level would have gone up. Derrick Henry would have looked a little more ferocious. Maybe Lamar would have had a little bit more wiggle. Who knows? But it was a good game, man. Proud of you.
I thought Lamar felt plenty wiggly. That's just what I think.
All right. Hey, we're gonna go to season 3, guys. And everybody can try to catch Steady, and because he has emerged as a champion for the first time this cycle. So, good luck, everyone.
All right. Well, good cast, fellas. I'm excited to see what obscene things you had to say during the game. I mean, that sounds nasty.
I tried to keep it Madden related. Stinky went off.
I'm
on
surprised he
that.
even showed up. I thought about asking him, and then I was like, he's probably too busy getting becoming a lawyer and then getting replaced by a computer. So I don't know. I just
Mm-hmm.